Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We will get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is our live for you sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And deliver those winners at professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is Alex Smart with us. Tony Brown from Las Vegas, Nevada. Mills Young. Jay Briggs and Wayne Scott. And here's how the lineup for this evening. We've got Smart, Brown, Young, Briggs, Scott, then I will close this one out. All right, on the board tonight. Light NBA card. Lots of college hoops, lots of hockey on the board tonight. We're going to sneak in an NFL game for you today on this light NBA card. So let's go welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Alex in right now. There, we got through Black Monday, so now it's time to think about these wild card games. Now, as we're we got through all the the coaching changes, it's been kind of a wild week.
Yeah, it's a real wild week, and this should be an interesting game between the Texans and Browns this Saturday. I'll start off with this. I know Joe Flacco has an amazing record in the playoffs on the road, and I think a lot of people would look at that right off the bat. But we've got ourselves and this is not a regular thing for me to back rookies in the first playoff game. But you got to remember, this QB is not a regular QB. He's whacked down 4,108 yards this year, 23 touchdowns on just 5 interceptions, and that's the third most in NFL history. You have to have great respect for a kid like that, and he's just getting going. He was in the spotlight with Georgia last season, and then he came into that game last week against Indy. He looked like the kid just doesn't break down. You can see how he's looking at the field. He doesn't panic. And, a player like that, you know what? He's a special kind of guy. And if Joe Flacco is going to end his run of big playoff games, then it's definitely going to be with this kid on the field. And wild card teams have done well, underdogs at home. They've gone 13-4-1 ATS since 1980, and they're 7-1-1 ATS when seeking revenge. In that first game that they played Christmas Eve, I believe it was, Cleveland had a 36-7 lead and going into the fourth quarter. But, Houston rock and rolled and came back with a lot of points. And that was a high-scoring game, and I really look at this game as a revenge scenario, and maybe, and just maybe, for Houston to finish off like they finished in that fourth quarter right off the bat here in this first quarter. I would not be shocked by it. Not saying Cleveland is going to lose this game, but this game just has the feeling of a late score and like an odd number. And as you can see, the lines makers agree with me. I think the best line we can get right now with Houston is about 2.5. And if it reaches 3, man, you got one heck of a bet there, in my opinion. But, I'm going to take the points here. I'm going to make this a half-unit wager. A little bit of respect for Cleveland in this spot, but, hey, a lot of respect for C.J. Stroud. And let's go. Take the points.
All right, we got Alex here going to take the points here. With the Texans +2, +2.5. We're seeing this in the marketplace right now. 2s in most books, but some of the sharper books have moved 2.5. So you're kind of going against here the big sharp nut lines here, where we see 2.5s in these books. But you have you really have a faith in this Texans team. I think the only blemish I see on this Texans team has been in their secondary. When you look at how many yards they give allowed per pass attempt, completion rate against. It is pretty high, so they do give up big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense is suspect, but hey, this is one game, and I just think this kid's going to keep track with Flacco today. I feel like this home crowd's really going to buoy Houston, and hey, it's a miracle that they're here in some ways, and I think they're going to play loose. And like I said, Stroud's not the kind of kid that breaks down in this environment. So. Let's get ready.
Some are saying that Stroud already has playoff experience because last week's game played like a playoff game.
That's right. And look at that game against Georgia too. You gotta have respect here all the way.
Yep. Beating Indy and winning in game, that was like a playoff scenario. He passed the test for the rookie quarterback. Of course, he was going against Minshew. a backup. Then he gets another backup here against our Flacco, and we'll see again. We'll see what the coach does here to have that pressure on. Interesting note here, Flacco's certainly the protection. We haven't seen the sacks, but in a playoff game with the noise factor now coming into this, could be some sacks in this game.
Yeah, I just think you're going to see stuff you don't usually expect to see, and the public's usually wrong about a lot of playoff games, at least the wild card games recently, especially with the home dogs. Like I said, they've cashed 13 of the last 18 times, with one push, and when teams are seeking revenge like this Houston team, it's a 7-1-1 ATS mark. I think it's just going to be. I think we're going to look at a crooked number. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a 1 or 2 point win, one way or another way. It's just going to be one of those weird games. I just got that feeling.
16-14. We'll see how it is. Of course, as we say, when you get in the red zone, you don't want to make mistakes. Sometimes you do it. Just take the 3. Just take the 3. Of course, that's how you get those crooked numbers, right?
Yeah, you know the game. Yeah, it's absolutely true. Yeah.
Texans here plus 2.5. Do the line shop. You can find the 2.5s. This one will be Saturday here, 4:30 Eastern time over on NBC. Of course, it tips off the wild card weekend. That's game 1 of the 6-game wild card round. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, NBA card up on the board as well. Big card here from the NHL, and of course, huge card again here from college hoops. We're seeing some Big Ten, some Pac-12 in action. Of course, a Thursday, so you get a lot of West Coast, WAC, your WCC, as well as your Big West. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, I've got a 3-pack of college basketball. I'm right around just over 500 on the season. Just lost a little bit of juice, and ready for Usually this has been historically my strongest part of my college basketball season, going in here to conference play, and once again tournament play, which is going to be just a couple of months away. I've got an NBA selection on board tonight and one NHL selection on board. So join me. Let's make some money. Let's go for some long-term money. Join me for longer-term packages. Tremendous savings on long-term packages. So, let's just run it here on in.
That's right, guys. Got both Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great last 30 days. All sports combined. That 1 month pass, that 30-day All Sports Pass covers the entire NFL playoffs, including the Super Bowl. Of course, all that college hoops, NBA and NHL. Great time right now with all these sports overlapping. Pick is a promo code. You'll save that 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Hear that success. We'll catch up with you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, see you, Tony. Nice to see you.
Bye-bye. Alex Smart here on the Drive to. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, let's go to welcome in Tony Brown out in Las Vegas, Nevada, where we're seeing temperatures in the 20s. That's odd, but we expect this time of the year. Tony Brown bundled up. Tony Brown, what's happening? Where's the scarf?
Right, man. It was 26 this morning. I couldn't believe it, so I'm going to wear my jacket for the rest of the day.
There you go. Ice cold Vegas. All right, here we go tonight. Bucks and Celtics going head-to-head. This one on TNT. Of course, the Celtics here on the back-to-back spot. Game 1 of the doubleheader. We got the Bucks favored 2.5 in some places. We see the total 247.
Yeah, I like the spot for the Bucks right here. This is a great spot. A lot of people think this will be an Eastern Conference Championship preview. I'm one of those people. Boston's looking like the best team in the East, especially at home where they're still undefeated. And Milwaukee, they already won a championship, and they have Giannis with that championship experience. They added Dame so they can come grab another one. And I definitely think these two will meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think advantage Milwaukee in this spot. One, they're at home. Like I said, Boston's undefeated at home. All their losses have come on the road. So if they are going to lose a game, it's going to be on the road. And this is their third game in 5 nights. Second night of a back-to-back. They just went to overtime last night. So I actually think fatigue may play a factor late, and I think the Bucks steal this one late in the fourth quarter.
All right, Tony Brown says go ahead and take the Bucks here. You can find some 2s right now in Las Vegas where they sell those hot dogs at a cheap price. You can also find it where the line originates over in Vegas. Offshore, and also a U.S. sportsbook still showing too. So do your line shopping, get the best. I don't need to tell anybody in Vegas. You all know about line shopping. Now with those apps, got to be awesome here. We have choice here with the apps and go in person.
Right, you can have it right in the palm of your hand. You used to have to drive around to all the sports books and all that stuff, and now you can just put all the apps on your phone, whoever got the best line, so you can maximize your value on your money.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, the Celtics and Bucks going head here tonight here in this one. And of course, the Bucks they've been getting it done at home, having trouble covering with the defense a little shaky at times. One thing I noticed about these Bucks is they seem to have one run in them. If they get down early in some games, but I think with them they got to stay close, play in front.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Giannis, we already know the Bucks aren't going to play defense, especially Dame. Like he's like defense is just he plays like it's optional. You know what I mean? Like he just wants to outscore you, just like the rest of the Bucks team. Just like a lot of these teams though these days, defense is kind of an old school thing if you ask me. So we're not really too much worried about the Bucks defense just because we don't expect them to play defense too much. And then far as the run, they have Giannis and Dame. They're never out of a game, 10, 15, 20-point deficit or anything. So they're never out the game. So you expect to see plenty of buckets early and often and not too much defense unless it's Giannis playing it.
That seems that way. Tony Brown here on the Bucks. Lay the 2 here against the Celtics. You can find the 2 still against the Celtics. 7:30 Eastern time. This is your TV game, Game 1 of the doubleheader over on TNT. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, we do have basketball on the court, TNT doubleheader. Also in action, a big hockey card. We also have a huge college hoops card as well. But Tony Brown has been delivering the numbers here in NFL this year as well as in NHL. Fantastic results, 1,981 units in the NFL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, we had a huge day today. I got 9 plays. Well, actually 8. We already took the Cavs in the early game, and we cashed on that. I have 8 plays left. I had 3 plays in each league, 3 from the NBA, 3 from college hoops, and 3 from the NHL. You know, I like to do quality over quantity, but when it's a lot of quality plays, then we're going to play them all. It was 9 big games today. I got 8 left. You can grab them individually or you can grab them in the bundles, 3 for $35. I mean, if you're serious about making money, you can't afford not to grab those passes and break your bookie 3, 6, 8 times over.
That's right, guys. Got aboard Tony Brown over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the great results from Tony Brown showing great profit last 30 days, last 7 days, by the plays individually, or their best value is a long-term pass. The way Tony Brown's running in NFL, you may consider the 30-day all-sports pass includes all playoff rounds all the way up into the Super Bowl, as well as Tony Brown's premium plays here from the NBA, college basketball, NHL, with these 4 big sports overlapping, including the big one, the NFL. That's a great way to roll here with the 1-month pass, the way Tony Brown's running. But of course, you're based there in Vegas, Tony Brown, so even that VIP 1-year all-sports pass is great, especially if you're a baseball player.
Oh, man, if you're a baseball player, it's tremendous savings. You know how many games it is in baseball? You'll pay for the pass 10 times over just trying to buy individual games. And then if you want to bet the World Series, the Super Bowl, the NBA Championship, Stanley Cup, NCAA, if you're a sports bettor, then this is the pass for you. You get every play I release from every single sport. There's no upselling. All the picks come with it. It's not for a season, not the NBA or NHL season. Full 365 days of play for one low price.
That's right, guys. Again, I'm over with Tony Brown. 1-year all sports pass, a great value there. Pick is a promo code, save that 15% off. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, always appreciate being here, and I'll see you guys in a couple days.
See you in a couple days. Tony Brown here on the Drive To. Let's continue here on the show. Up next, we're going to welcome in Mills and Young and catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring Mills in right now. Ready to roll with some NBA coverage here from Mills. I think we'll set to get him here in just a second. Mills is ready to roll here. Mills, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How's everybody doing today?
Everything's going great, Mills. We're going to get into some NBA coverage. This is not the game. This is the game you wanted to take, but it was taken already. So you're going to go over your first choice with that. Of course, we can tell you now that this is final. Cavaliers get the win 111-102 against the Nets. Stays under the total there, but the Nets get the cover. In France is where they played that game. But anyway, we've got the Suns and the Lakers on TNT tonight. The Suns are going to be laying about a point right now. We see the total 238.
Yeah, man, both these teams are pretty much identical when it comes down to the wins. 19 wins for both these teams. But, you know, when you look at both these teams, they pretty much got, half, not half. I'll say a good 10% of like the NBA All-Stars, on both teams. Phoenix Suns, they got Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. Lakers, you already know who they got. They got AD on the best basketball player out there in LeBron James. Besides that, what more do you need if you're the Lakers? But just looking at both these teams on the series so far, Lakers lead a 3-0 on the series. But all of these games that they won, they only have been able to win by about 3 points to 5 points on both of them, on all 3 of the games actually. The Phoenix Suns, the thing that we're seeing out there, we're seeing that offense ain't going to win games when it comes down to it. They're not the Golden State Warriors they're not even the Brooklyn Nets when they had James Harden and KD and Kyrie, when they were like outscoring points for that little bit of time that they did. Kevin Durant's averaging 29 points right now, and it's still not enough to get this team over the hump. Bradley Beal's barely in the lineup, and I'll be honest, his player prop is at 17 points. When have you ever seen Bradley Beal like only trying to score 17 points? Devin Booker is now playing point guard over there since they don't got Chris Paul no more. He's more worried about getting his assists up than trying to go for 30 points or 40 points plus. That's when that team was explosive, when Devin Booker was like the lead scorer. Not the number one option, but he played like the number one option over there to where he would want to outscore Kevin Durant. Now it seems like the Phoenix Suns just handed over the reins to Kevin Durant and said, go out there and score what you want. Just let Booker pass him the ball. The Lakers on the other side, man, they're running on high power octane on two of the best players in the NBA. LeBron James is playing as advertised right now. Putting up career numbers for him right now, averaging, I think, about 26 to 27 points out here. The thing is this, LeBron James is playing like how he did when he was like third year in the league, to where it's like, hey, give me the ball, bully ball. I'm taking the ball past the free throw, Euro step, foul, and one. That's the LeBron James that you want to see out there, and that's how he's been playing. Anthony Davis, he plays every now and then when he wants to, but when it comes down to it, man, I think the Lakers have a path to win just by playing old school basketball. And that's, beating them up under the boards, getting those points. They've been showcasing Anthony Davis out there. So I think the Lakers get this one done on the money line.
All right, Lakers money line minus 102 plus 105. Do your line shopping. That will get you the best, hit the best numbers in this one. Yeah, the key here is getting to the basket here, drawing those fouls. Of course, Nurkic, get him in foul trouble. Then you got Eubanks and you got Bull, the two big guys. I think that's someone they can exploit, right?
Definitely, man. I mean, speaking about exploiting, I mean, they definitely know about that. I mean, 23 free throws in the fourth quarter. Come on now, man. That's what they got called against the Raptors. So, they definitely know how to get those foul calls. And the referees, they're going to award the star players. Anthony Davis over there crying, looking like his head hurt when he gets fouled. Of course, they're going to give him the call. LeBron James is like a Kobe Bryant when he studies the game. They know what play to call to get the ref to give them that call in their way. So, yeah, man, I actually think it's just going to be that little old school game because the three-point shooting from the Lakers is horrendous. Yeah. I mean, let's just speak about it for a minute. I mean, if you have Tayshaun Prince and Austin Reeves in your lineup, that's a problem. And on top of it, you're the Lakers. So that's a bigger problem. You already took D'Angelo Russell out the lineup. It seems like Rudy Hachimura was supposed to be like a new addition to help out. I don't even see him no more. So it's really just coming down to the Lakers relying on two players. And that's going to be LeBron James and Anthony Davis to carry it home. But when it comes down to it, though, they do got a way better solid defense than the Phoenix Suns. And with the Phoenix Suns, it doesn't matter if Kevin Durant's giving you 30 and Booker's kind of, giving you 25. They're just not able to win, So I'm going to be taking the Lakers on this one, man. I'm going to be holding my nose as a Kings fan. But I'm taking the Lakers on this one.
There you go. Mills here on the Lakers here. Money line here against the Suns. This one tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern time. You'll be able to watch it over on TNT. Before we get into the what you've got going on, Mills, I know you also looking at the UFC card that's coming up, right?
Looking at the UFC card, but I do got a player prop for you in this game, though. Yeah. I could definitely go over on that one. I mean,
go for it.
UFC is gonna be locked and loaded this week. Check out the UFC rundown for it. I'm gonna give you guys a free play on that too, Tony. So I got you. We did talk about that before the show. So, yeah, I'm going to give him a free UFC play. But right now I'm going to give him this NBA player prop in the game. I'm taking Kevin Durant over 27.5 points. He's averaging 29 on the year right now. It's just one of those things, man. When the star players show up to play each other, of course they want to score more than the other guy. And that's something that LeBron's been going on with KD since he came in the league. The same thing Carmelo and LeBron had back in the day. And Carmelo used to get probably the better hand of him, probably scoring sometimes in some of those games. But same passion that you get in this game. So I think Kevin Durant's going to have a monstrous game. I'm taking him over 27.5 points. And, that's one of the player props that we got for him in this game as well, Tony.
There we go. Mills here on the Lakers money line, minus 102 against the Suns. This one you could watch tonight over on TNT. Before we get to the other props, Mills, let everybody know what's going on over at Pick.com for tonight's action. As you know, we've got NBA on the board tonight. Lots of college hoops. Mills having a great 2024 on the board here with great positive units. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, man, I got one play for you guys up in the NBA to get you guys paid today. I had an earlier one up on there. We was on the wrong side of that one. It happens sometimes, though. I thought we was going to be balling in Paris, and instead there was just bricking in Paris. Tony, bro, how you going to have 36 points with like 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, and you're a professional basketball team?
Yeah, that's just too
Just
much.
can't.
Yep, just can't
Just
do
can't.
it. Too much sugar. Too much sugar in your diet in those cafes in Paris.
You know how it goes, man. Eating those Bugattis or whatever it is, man. Cappuccinos.
Grapes.
But it's Thursday, man, so go ahead and get that 3-day pass, man. We're locked and loaded. UFC's stacked this Saturday. I got 3 premium plays. Wrote them up, just didn't put them on the packages yet. I got a few dog plays for you guys as well. So you get that 3-day pass. You're going to get my NBA play today. You're going to get all my UFC bets. You're going to get my college basketball bets that I got lined up for you guys tomorrow as well. So this is the time. And then I also got the NFL wild card games. I got a few spots that I like in there as well on Saturday. So, yeah, man, this is the time. Thursday's here. Get that 3-day pass. You can't go wrong.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Mills Young over at Pick.com. Positive 2024 has been on absolute fire this year. You know what day it is today? It's Thursday, so no better time to get that 3-day all sports pass. Get all of Mills premium plays for 3 days. All his NFL, his NBA, his college hoops. And don't forget what's coming back this weekend after the holiday break. They're back at it in the UFC. So UFC picks from Mills. Props thrown in there as well. When you check out his write-ups, when you buy his picks. So a great time to get on board with Mills with a 3-day pass. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. You can also match Mills with other cappers with the multi-capper promotion, making it even a greater value there. All right, Mills, say sat. Great having you on the show. Continue the success. Let everybody know about what's going on with the UFC rundown and prop shop.
Yeah, man. UFC rundown came out yesterday for you guys, so we went over all 12 fights on there. Gave you guys a few dogs that I like on there. Besides that too, I went over some of the fights that I think that's not going to go the distance. I gave you guys some finishing props in there. If you guys want to watch that after you guys are done watching this, I highly recommend it too as well. But I'll just give you guys one of the plays that I like off there. I like one of the fighters on the prelim named Marcus McGee. I like him to win inside the distance. It's a UFC fighter that I interviewed. You can check out my interview with him too. Just Google it up, Marcus McGee with MMA Locker Room if you want more information on it. But yeah, man, he has a 100% finish rate, and I think he's going to get the job done. He's 8-1, so you guys can watch the UFC rundown. And if you guys want those daily player props, man, you know where to go. It's on Pick Dogs, man. And just to let you guys know, I come up with the player props. I go over to the Sports Chat Place betting tools, and I see if they're with me. A lot of times they're with me, and if they're with me, they're either hitting at that 60% clip, 80% clip, to 100% clip. Today we got a few player props that actually hit that 100% clip. Tony, you want to know what one of them was?
What was it?
It was Kyrie Irving over 5.5 rebounds. So if you played that prop, the last 5 times you came out on top. So I gave it out as a trifecta. I'm taking Kyrie Irving over 30 points. I'm taking Kyrie Irving over 2.5 threes. And I'm taking Kyrie Irving over 5.5 rebounds.
There you go. The prop master himself, Mills Young, here with those prop plays. Check him out, guys. Check him out over at Pick.com. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when Mills videos drop, those UFC rundowns drop, and those props drop, you get them right away. All right, Mills, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony, man. Everybody have a wonderful night, man. Let's start this 2024 off right.
You got it. Mills Young here on the drive to. Let's continue here on the show. Up next, it's time for Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jay in right now. NBA coverage tonight here from Jay, as you know. He does the NBA rundown here on Pick Dogs, as well as a contributor here on the mornings. So you guys check him out then as well. We'll bring Jay in right now, ready to roll here with Jay Briggs. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go tonight. We got OKC Thunder at home. Boy, we're seeing this now with the Thunder. Look at this respect. OKC going to be laying 13 at home to these Trailblazers. We see the total coming at 236.5.
Yeah, man. We've lost the value on our Thunder buddies that we used to get. But it's for good reason because, in all honesty, they're one of the best teams in the NBA, just flat out. They're just one of the best teams in the league. And the Blazers are one of the worst teams in the league. And Thunder buddies coming back home. still currently right now the best not home, but the best overall ATS team in the league. I just see this as a spot where they do what they do best, man. Just get another cover. I think they're just head and shoulders better than the Portland Trailblazers, and I see them beating up on them tonight. So I'm on Oklahoma City, Shaky Lace Alexander, Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort, and company at the crib.
All right, there we go here with Jay says go ahead and take the Thunder here, laying the number here, laying the 13 points here against this Portland Trailblazers team that has sharpened the lineup. They've got their guys in the lineup, so you think they do better. Although got to get concerned here about Chauncey getting these guys playing for him because Henderson, Simons, Grant, looks like Sharp is going to be coming off the bench for this Portland Trailblazers team. I expect a little bit more when they're healthy, but I know Ayton's is doubtful here in this game.
Yes, they are getting a bit healthy, but I don't think we'll really see it pay dividends till they get back home. This is a significant road trip they've been on, and they haven't looked good on it. And I think this is just the last stop where they get blown out again by a team that's better than them, just flat out.
I've noticed here with this Thunder team is they're getting involved in a lot of these high-scoring games. They're on the right side of them, but the defensive numbers, the defensive ratings have been kind of going backwards for this team. Yes, they're winning games, but the defense is kind of going a little south with those wins.
Yeah, defense has been a little suspect. A lot of their games recently have kind of been on the road where they don't play their best basketball, I think. And, as we get to the midseason, the intensity is not the same as it is at the beginning and like it will be in the playoffs. So it's concerning, but I'm not going to look too much into it. I think they'll be just fine. I think like I said at the top, I think people still have a perception that they're an up-and-coming team. And I'm one to tell you, I think they've arrived. I think they're just one of the best teams in the NBA flat out.
Yeah, I mean, the point totals are showing to you. Holmgren is playing really well, and they're getting the contributions, no question, from the bench to help them up as well. It looks like a complete team. And, of course, they might be the Sacramento Kings this year as far as injury luck. We're seeing a lot of clean injury reports from this team.
Yep. That was something you were on top of last season. And, this is the same thing here. They've been healthy, and when you're healthy, it shows. Because in the NBA, that's rare. Healthy is rare in the NBA. We know that. Guys that sit out for a paper cut. But, hey, shout out to Thunder Buddies, man.
Top seed.
And,
that they weren't the Kings the same way, right? They were around the top seed around this time last year because they were the healthiest team. OKC about the healthiest team, but they're also playing it on both sides. Jay here on the Thunder here, laying the 13 here against the Trailblazers. This one tonight here at 8 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, 5-card NBA. Lots of college hoops out there. We got some action on the ice. 13 on the ice. Put Rod to work yesterday. Jay will give you some plays on the ice. No doubt about that. Good NBA season from Jay. 1,293 units of profit. Doing great work over at Pick.com. What do you have going over at the site?
Yes, sir. Well, all I have for sale tonight is my NBA play of the day. You guys can scoop up that play. We've been pretty hot on it. Recently, we are 11-3-2 last 16 on that NBA Player of the Day, 36-19-4 last 59 on that NBA Player of the Day. So you guys can scoop that play up today. My long-term folk, there's another NBA play in there, and there is a hockey player in there for you guys as well. So having a pretty good season in hockey. I don't place a lot of plays, but when I do, it's because I like it. I think I'm 5-1 in hockey just for this season. So there's one in there for my long-term folk. And, no college hoops tonight. I didn't really love anything. It was not really the marquee teams, and I didn't want to force anything. So some college hoops coming down the pipeline, but there's some NBA tonight. Huge card tomorrow. Best thing to do, hop on something long-term or pair me up with one of the guys, Wayne, Mills, Tony T, Tony Brown, and we'll help put some money in your pocket. Alex Smart, pair one of us up and let's make some money here at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Get on board with that. Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results from Jay. 1,293 units of profit. Keep an eye on those long-term passes. Remember that 30-day pass includes the entire NFL playoffs. You're looking for what was the NFL playoff pass? Well, just get the 30-day pass and get all the plays, including all the way up into the Super Bowl. And we'll follow Jay's path. Maybe the Cowboys will take it all the way. We'll see how that rolls. But no doubt they got to play this week. So that's a way to go with Jay. Of course, Jay, also you also have an all access play for some of your bigger bankroll players.
Yes, sir. I have an all access club, man, and you guys can text the number 775-7766. I'm sorry, I forgot off the top of my head. I'll give it to you guys here in one second. But hey, the guys that have been in my all access club from the start, man, they've had some extremely great profits, and we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward, man. Hey, it's my rating system, so I'm able to give you guys late information plays. I'm able to give you guys the best number. I'm able to update you guys. Some of the things that I'm not just able to do on the site. So join my all access club. You get, it's just the next level premium service, and the guys that have been in there again have been enjoying some extremely great profits. The number for my all access club is 775-636-7674. There it is. So text the number. We'll figure out a time to talk and figure out the packages for you.
Yeah. Costy's been busy. He's not on the show. So this is the busy time. So it's just keeping him busy on the phones, taking care of the all access clubs. So get on board. You got the number there from Jay. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. And of course, then we'll have more discussions with Jay. Jay, have a great night. Oh, also, let everybody know what's going on. Oh, right, we got the stuff going on over at Pick Dog's YouTube channel with the live show and your jam session.
Yeah, man, ton of content here. Do my jam session every morning. It drops 9 o'clock my time-ish, so that's what time it's been coming out recently. So you guys can catch that in the morning as I go through every game on the NBA card. You guys can catch me on the morning show with Mitch, Ruffolo, Romanelli's on there, Costi's on there. You guys can catch me NFL show we shot earlier this week with Big Al McMorty, and then you guys can catch me right here with Tony T. So plenty of content here at Pick Dogs, man. Just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward. And can't forget hosting the weekend shows where I bring in all the guys and we go through the entire card on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, the round table as well. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit those notifications so when Jay's content drops, you get them right away in real time. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Tony T. See you tomorrow, man.
You got Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you ever miss a pick, we always recap in the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Wayne Scott is up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got the entire NBA cover today on the show, so we'll just get some college hoops tonight here from Wayne. We'll bring him in right now. I think we're ready to roll here in just a second. It looks like Wayne handicaps the entire board when he looks at some of his releases. Let's bring him in right now. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family? Hope everybody doing good out there today.
Things going great. All right, here we go tonight. This is the team I was looking at early in the non-conference, North Alabama. North Alabama here is going to be facing Bellarmine. North Alabama favored at home 5. We see a total of 144.5.
Yeah, Tony, I like my small games. We're going to come over here and look at the A-Sun, man. Both of these teams, record-wise, are on the crap. They've been playing a tough schedule on both sides. We're going to start with Bellarmine, 4-13 on the season. They are on the road. North Alabama, but they are 9 on the road. Not only are they 1-9 on the road, they're 1-9 ATS on the road as well, losing by a margin of about 13 points. They're on a 6-game losing streak. They went against Lipscomb at home. They were plus 3.5 and lost by 11 points. This North Alabama game, North Alabama team, they're a little bit better. They're 6-9, 5-2 at home. Play pretty good at home. 3-2 as a home favorite. They're coming off a 4-game losing streak. They're coming off a loss to Central Arkansas where they were minus 10 and lost by 3. So I didn't like that. But I do feel like this is a bounce back game for them. They, like as I just stated, they play well at their home court. They have advantage, which is big to me here. When you're at home, when you're an underdog and you have the rebound advantage, it helps you get those extra possessions where the ref might not go your way, and those extra possessions help. So Bellarmine, not only do they not have the rebound advantage, Bellarmine also is a low turnover team, but they don't cause a lot of turnovers. Neither one of these teams turn the ball over a lot, but North Alabama can cause some turnovers, and Bellarmine does not cause some turnover. Bellarmine is also 324th in points per game, averaging 64 points per game, and it's about the same on the road, averaging 65 on the road. On the other side of that, North Alabama, they can score. They're 170, averaging 72 points per game, but 77 at home. So we see a huge increase of their points at home by 5, while we see Bellamy only scoring 65 on the road. With all that said, I like North Alabama in this spot. Just everything's pointing to them to get the bounce back game here.
All right, we got Wayne here on bounce back here. North Alabama here, -5 up against Bellarmine. When you look at Bellarmine, they have 4 wins this season. 3 of those wins came against non-D1 schools. They beat Midway, Boyce, and Berea at home, and the only win came on the road against Bowling Green.
Yeah, that Bowling Green win is decent, but as you said, them other 3 wins, it's hard to give merit to those wins when they're just not valuable teams, man. And with that being said, this team, man, they're just not scoring the ball. It's hard for me to take you when you're not scoring the ball, when you're not coming in again, even getting points. You're not them being so behind in rebounds and not being able to cause a lot of turnovers. I just didn't really see no avenue for them to get that cover here.
They played 2 conference games. They're last in conference in the A-Sun in defensive efficiency. Not just looking at overall now. We're looking just at conference numbers after 2 games. It's last in defense, defensive efficiency. Horrible rebounding on both ends. They don't get to the free throw line. They give up 40% from 3. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's another point. North Alabama is a good 3-point shooting team, and as you mentioned, they shoot free throws, but it doesn't matter because they don't get to the line, as you mentioned. So Bellamy, they just don't have much going for them, and it's going to be tough for them to win games unless they can turn it around. North Alabama only 6-9, but they played a tough gauntlet of schedule, and I believe they're a lot better than their record shows, and I believe they show it tonight with this home game.
Yeah, I mean they took Kansas State in overtime on the road, a 1-point loss, and on their schedule, Indiana, Texas Tech. So they've played Mississippi State as well. So they played a tough schedule. Wayne here on North Alabama, laying 5 against Bellarmine. This one tonight, 8:45 Eastern Time. You can watch it over on ESPN Plus. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream for tonight's action. On the board, 5-game NBA card. Lots of college hoops, lots of small conference, lots of action here from the West Coast as well. Your Big West, your WCC in action tonight, and as well as your WAC conference. Wayne showing great profit over the last 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
4 plays altogether, 1 in the NBA. Best bet is out there for you guys. And I have a 3-pack in college basketball. I kind of like this college basketball card, man. I actually found some good spots out there. So I have a 3-pack in college basketball and my best bet in college basketball. 2 best bets out there. 1 in NBA, 1 in college basketball, and my 3-pack. And my best bet is in my 3-pack. So if you grab my 3-pack, you can get my best bet. Looking forward to these next few days. So that 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day will definitely serve you well in this situation. Loaded NBA card tomorrow. Decent college basketball cards, only 2 games in the NHL, and definitely ramping up for this NFL playoff weekend. So catch me long term, or you can get my packages or my best bet. Hit both of my best bets yesterday with my college basketball and NBA, and looking to do the same today.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs. Great results over the last 7 days. Go ahead and get on board with a long-term pass from Wayne. Remember that 1-month pass covers the entire NFL playoffs all the way to the Super Bowl. So no better time to get that long-term pass right now. Pick is a promo code, save that 15% off. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again on the show next week. But let everybody know, video series coming up when we get some big fights.
Yes, sir. Boxing series, huge fight between Bettervieve and Caleb Smith. Actually, the weigh-in was today. I caught the weigh-in. I'm locking in a bet for that, and I will be dropping that for you guys soon. It'll be the odds. I think it's Bettervieve about around -400, and the underdog Caleb Smith about +300. I'm looking at a knockout, so we're gonna get some good odds on that. I think I can predict what rounds it's gonna come in. They give you like a 2-round, like if you think it's gonna be between 1 and 3 or 4 and 6. So I think I can predict what round, and I'm just doing a little more research on that, and I'll be ready to give that out to you guys so we can have a banger of a weekend with this fire boxing card, man. It's going to be an exciting matchup.
Holidays are over. Combat Sports ready to roll here. Let's get we got Wayne with his boxing knowledge, knows it very well. So no better time to keep an eye on the video series, and make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when his videos drop, you get them in real time. All right, Wayne, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony T, I appreciate you for having me, my guy. And good luck with all your bets out there, Pick Dog family. Let's get it.
Get it indeed. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on, guys. If you ever miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on the drive-thru. It'll be time for my pick, and we're going to the NBA tonight. The lone game we have yet to cover is the Mavericks and Knicks. And we were talking before the show. A lot of people were leaning Knicks, and I'm afraid about this game. It scares me a little bit. Doesn't scare me. I know who I want in this one. And it's not going to be this game. I forgot again. I gotta be able to move the chains. So let me go ahead and move the chains here and get to the right game here. It's going to be the Mavericks here. Up too far here. Mavericks and the Knicks going head to head tonight. Look, I got an extra half point. We're going to be on the underdog Mavericks here. We see plus 4.5 now. That's the sharpest book in the world. Let me see where everything is. I'm seeing a 4 in Vegas, 4.5, 4s, 4.5 at the U.S. book. So okay, you can grade me 4.5. There's enough 4.5s up there. So I got an extra half point here in the last half hour or so, and I know why people are getting caught up with the Doncic injury. He'll be out. Exum's also out. It's just more than just Doncic, right? Kleber, Lively, Doncic, Exum. We got Hardy, Irving, Josh Green, Derek Jones, Powell in the lineup here against this Knicks team that is resurgent. But the one issue I have here, we're going to get Hardaway off the bench. We'll get Seth Curry, A.J. Lawson, Mark DeMorris, one of the Morris brothers there coming off the bench here for this Mavericks team. But the one thing here that's a little concerning for me with this Knicks team has been the way they defend on the road. Of course, we know Dallas at home, a really efficient team. Of course, I know Doncic does provide some of that scoring, but New York on the road, they set 14th in road defensive efficiency, giving up 116 points per 100 possessions, and they do allow 48% shooting away from home. They only have a plus 1.5 net rating on the road, does this New York Knicks team, and they're laying 4.5 here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 4.5 here with this Dallas Mavericks team tonight here against the New York Knicks. All right, guys, check out pick.com. We got a best bet on the board tonight from the NBA, so go ahead and get signed up. Also, you can check out, looking to get in my long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 30-hour sports pass. Get all of my premium plays for that time period. Just like when you go to my handicapper page and make that purchase, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. We also have multi-capper promotions up there for you as well. So no better time to get signed up. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. We're going to go ahead and go to the recap. And I'd like you guys in the chat audience, go ahead and put in your picks right now in the chat. What plays you like the best today, and we'll read them at the end of the show. So if you got some time, go ahead and put in your picks, the ones you like the most in the live chat, and we'll announce them after we go through the recap. So let's recap the plays from today. Alex says Texans +2 against the Browns. Tony Brown was on the Bucks -2 against Celtics. Mills likes the Lakers, the money line -102 against the Suns. We had Jay here on Thunder, lay the 13 against Trailblazers. Wayne was on North Alabama, lay the 5 against Bellarmine. I'll be on the Mavs here. Plus, you can grade me at 4.5 now with the line move against the Knicks. And which one do I like the most? Let me take a look here at my numbers here to see which one I like the most, because I took some totals today, I think. Let me take a look here. Let's see here. Which one will I like the most here from the plays up on the board tonight? And as of right now, I will say, I think we don't have that one, do we? That one I didn't go with. We will go with, boy, that Bellarmine team is looking really bad this season. Yeah, I like North Alabama. Let's go North Alabama here. That's the one I like the most tonight up on the board here. Texans, I got to do more work on that Texans-Brown game. I'm always concerned with this Texans defense. That's the one thing that always bothers me. They give up those big plays in the passing game, and the Browns defense has been really bad on the road this year too. So it's interesting to see what happens. Well, these are wild card teams, right? So these aren't the top teams, no doubt, in the league. So we thought the Browns would be, but the defense again on the road has been shaky. Two defenses that get me a little nervous here, picking a side. Right now, I'll have to do more work on that one. So we'll go with Wayne's play there on North Alabama. Bellarmine, of their 4 wins, 3 of them came against non-D1 schools, and have not looked good this season. All right, guys, that's going to do it here for the drive-thru. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow. We're back again with another show, and we'll at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Let's look in here at the chat here. Rise Above Everything likes KD over 26 points. Let's see who we have here as well. Jeremy Trink likes Tarleton State and Long Beach State on tonight's card. Peter Couple likes North Alabama. Let's see here. Pacific 7 likes the Thunder tonight. Our man Ron Crawford likes the Boston Bruins. There's your NHL pick for tonight from Ron Crawford, Boston Bruins. So there you go with our picks from the chat crew for tonight. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Back again tomorrow. Remember, it always begins here at 10:30 a.m. each time with the morning show. You've got Mitch, you got Chris, you got Jay with that morning show. All these video series up here, like Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 Minutes, the Betting Tool Show, his roundtable discussion with the professionals. Of course, Jay with his jam session, NBA, NFL. Of course, lots of live NFL. Wildcard Weekend was shot yesterday, so check that up on the channel. Also, we got Rod Zawacki, A to Z Rod Zawacki, NHL, every game on the board, including a parlay from Rod Zawacki. Yeah, the puck dogs are split up, but then you get more content when you split up because then they can schedule on their own time, get into a routine, and deliver more picks. So there you see the benefit there of splitting up the puck dogs. Also, too, we've got Brian Biller with his contrarian plays, right? Contrarian picks from Brian Biller. All access here from Big Al McMorty Costi with his sharp trading plays. Ron Romanelli, college basketball rundown for you here on the channel. Of course, we got UFC rundown as well as the prop shop from Mills, the prop master. So you check him out here on the channel as well. So lots of great content here at Pick Dog Sports Chat Place. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Of course, Nick Mick and First Half NBA. We got the parlay pick here from our man Brad Francis and more. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when these videos drop, you get them in real time. All right, more coming in here from Raven Ron, a great contributor here in the chat. He likes the Kraken money line. So more NHL picks coming in here late here on the show. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our show. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. Goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll catch up